So I was hanging out with two of our panelists in the Mommy and Me panel, Onyinye Obiagele and Tony Desumu. Just brilliant, amazing women. I cannot wait to unleash them on you at the Wellness Champions book launch. So we were hanging out and we were having a conversation about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I mean, it's amazing how we were all thinking the same thing. Who came up with this food is for breakfast, this food is a lunch food, and this food is a dinner food? Who came up with that? And it puts moms under pressure. It stresses us out because you're like, oh, I don't have this for breakfast. Oh, I don't have this for lunch. And you have food in your house you can give your kids. But because it's not a breakfast food or it's not a dinner food, you don't give your kid and you're stressing out over other things. Absolutely unnecessary. And in this video, I am going to change your mindset and cause you to start to reconsider and think better about what you give your children for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. You just may be hearing me say that you can give your children swallow for breakfast. Shalom, shalom, best lifers. Welcome to Your Best Life with Eziaha. My name is Eziaha Bolaji, and I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm actually really certified in health mindset and then habits because I believe that if we're going to have lasting change or what I call forever results, we can't just change externally. I can't just say, eat this, eat that. I have to change it from within, which is why we go deep into your mindset. Change how you think, try to give you a brand new fitness, health, wellness identity, and of course, change your habits. When we change your habits and we change your mindset and we change what you eat, everything means that you get to keep the results that you have forever, aka you have forever results. So, in this video, like I said, we are going to be talking about breakfast foods, lunch foods, dinner foods. I'm going to telling you how you should not let anything stop you from feeding with a purpose, whether it fits into the standard breakfast food or lunch food, especially for your children. But first, you have heard about the Wellness Champion book, right? I'm so excited. We are launching on Saturday, June 29, 2024 at the Musan Center right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Listen, it's going to be really, really beyond phenomenal. With this book, God is going to set us free from the wrong mindset, set us free, set our children free, literally save our children from the wrong mindset that leads to the wrong actions that just keep our children in this crazy junk pandemic bondage. We are going to be delivered. This book is a deliverance. So I cannot wait to see you there. All the details, of course, are in the description box or in the link down below. We are counting down to the Wellness Champions book launch. So as I was saying, Onyinye, Toyin, and myself, we're talking about how breakfast just seems to go a certain way when it comes to children. You know how for breakfast we just think cereal. So breakfast cereal is actually a thing. But let me tell you, breakfast cereal is a coinage from manufacturers and advertisers who want you to buy their products and give it to your children for breakfast. There's nowhere in the books, there's nowhere in the world that tells us that we should give our children these funny cereals that they call breakfast cereals for breakfast. No. In fact, when you think closely about it, breakfast is the first meal of the day. You are sending your child off to school where she or he is going to be doing incredible, beautiful brain work. And the body and the brain needs to be fueled. Yet, you send them off with these breakfast cereals, especially the popular ones. And a lot of it are simple. A lot of it are empty. So they are empty calories. They're not really giving us the nutrients that our bodies deserve, especially our children. So we give it to them in the morning. They have a semblance of satiety. They feel like they're full. In a few minutes, they're going to be hungry again because that's not food. Literally, the body breaks that thing down in minutes. If it's high in sugar, they get a sugar rush. They have like so much energy, and then zoom, there's a dip, and literally gives them nothing. So, why are we giving that to our children? When you could have given them heavier, healthier foods that will keep them fuller for longer. In fact, there's some foods called slow release. They're healthy carbohydrates, they're complex carbohydrates, and they are slow release, meaning that they keep you fuller for longer. They release the energy in them gradually so that at every point in time, as the food digests, you're getting the burst of energy. So your children don't get to be hungry in 2 seconds. One of the things I don't like really when I hear from my kids is, Mommy, I'm hungry again. And it used to happen a lot because I too thought breakfast cereal. So you give this empty cereal, and in 2 seconds flat, they're hungry again. So what do I do for breakfast? Thank you for asking. I give food. In fact, those manufacturers and advertisers really wanted you to buy a lot of their products and leave our own products, especially those imported ones. They wanted to take a hold of the market. So they started to market and advertise and put in all of these clever, really clever strategies to make you feel like if I'm not buying the cereal for my children for breakfast, then there's something wrong with me. I don't love my child. I'm not a cool mom. But that's all a lie that you can just squeeze and throw away. Give your children real food. So nothing stops you from having rice for breakfast. Literally, give your kids rice for breakfast. You can give your kids beans for breakfast. You can eat beans for breakfast. You can have moi moi, you can have yams, you can have potatoes and egg sauce. Do you see, you can even have yam porridge. You can have all of those things for breakfast. What does the body need that morning? Your child's body needs a lot of fuel. And also your body. Let's say you're the person who eats breakfast early. Your body needs fuel because you're about to get into maybe intense brain work or intense physical work. Are you going to eat bread? Oh, I didn't even talk about bread. That's the worst. White bread. Like we all think white bread is breakfast food. No, baby, it's not. It's the simplest, most easy to digest food. So you're going to be hungry soon. Now, of course, there are ways to sort of beef up your white bread and put so many things that makes it, takes it to the next level. But that's not why we're here. I'm saying that you can do without white bread for breakfast. You can do without cereal. You can choose to give your children healthier. Now, I know another reason why the cereals tend to win is because of convenience. I mean, there's no cooking. It's ready in 2 seconds flat. Pour it in a bowl and boom. Put some milk. We're good to go. But at what cost? Would you rather just have tummy fillers that are giving nothing to the body? Actually, they're robbers. They're actually thieves. They don't give anything to the body, but they steal from the body. So would you rather nourish your children? Just put in the extra time, the extra work, the extra planning and preparation, because that's what really makes the difference. Plan and prepare, and you will see that you can actually make real food for your children for breakfast. Doesn't have to be cereal. So what do I do in my home? I give my children food in the morning. They can have rice and plantain. They can have beans. Yes, they can have moi moi. They can have akara. They can have yam and egg sauce. Bring it on. The only thing I haven't given them yet is swallow because there's really no need for it. But if I feel like, oh, they need something as heavy, maybe we're taking a trip or something, I will give them and nothing will happen. We're just socialized into thinking you need certain kind of food for breakfast. Then because a lot of times we're rushing out in the morning, it's just convenient to slap on a cereal, slap on white bread with tea, and we're good to go. Empty, empty, empty calories. Your kids' bodies don't need it. Now let's quickly get to lunch. What do you give for lunch? Some of us just keep like the heavy meals for lunch. Like, yes, this is a lunch meal. What I tend to do in my home is I give meals that are, yes, still heavy, but slightly lighter than what I gave them for breakfast because we're almost like topping up. And you can even choose to give foods that are as heavy for lunch. And when I say heavy, I don't mean like, oh, they'll eat and they'll be sleeping all through. No, I'm still talking good carbohydrates. So let's quickly look at their lunch boxes. My children, I've recently moved them to using the bento style lunch boxes. They're probably going to be seeing videos of what I have in my bento. So this is what it looks like. I typically use the double layer. because I want to have enough space. So it has like four spaces. It's a Japanese style. I love it. It has four compartments. And so, like you can see in the pictures that we're showing, on the lower part, I tend to put a really good carbohydrate, really great carbohydrate meal here. So a lot of times I'm baking something, a lot of times. So whether I'm baking bread, or I'm baking muffins, I'm baking bars, oatmeal bars. And you know what? I'm not even a baker, quite honestly. I learned. And that's the thing. Sometimes these things just look so hard till you learn it. I can just wake up in the morning and bake anything for my kids because I've mastered the craft. At first, it's going to seem hard, but as time goes on, you'd realize that it's actually simple. So, yeah, we bake something we put here. Typically, in the second part, I like to put a protein. So, I'll put maybe like fish or chicken, or I could put like yogurt, which is really great. So, yogurt, parfait, just put it there nice for them. This second part, like you can see in the pictures. Then on top, I like to put nuts and fruits. Very important, nuts and fruits. Can be any fruit so far it can fit into here. So I've had things like carrots, grapes, oranges, tangerines, apples. We just keep putting all of that in. Bananas, anything the kids will enjoy. Mangoes. Go for fruits that are in season so that you're getting the best nutrition from it. And it's also slightly cheaper because you don't want to waste your money, right? Yes, so that's what we do for lunch. I typically, when I moved to the bento style lunch boxes, I started to give them cold lunches. So you see that almost everything I've mentioned can be eaten cold. Pancakes. Pancakes, I make my pancakes. I do all my baking with oat flour or tiger nut flour. Typically, I do both of them, oat flour and tiger nut flour. Like I said, I'm really not a baker. I can't even give you recipes and say, oh, mix a cup of this and a grain of that. No, I can't because I just eyeball everything. Literally, I eyeball everything. You just trial and error. You try. Does it look good? I just trust my intuition and my head and I do it. Yes, I watch people on YouTube, but I don't have time to like be measuring everything. And somehow it works. Like we love it. We do pancakes with, oat flour, coconut flour. I don't use coconut flour, which I think is really great, but it's super absorbent. So to get coconut flour to like stick together and be able to hold, you have to use lots and lots of eggs if you're doing eggs or anything that's your binder. So that made me really, really wary of coconut flour because I suffered. Hey God, I'll use coconut flour and the whole thing would just be turning out like I'm doing scrambled egg every time. But once I took away the coconut flour, I'll deal with oat flour, tiger nut flour. And because at home we take mostly plant-based milk, so we have a lot of tiger nut flour. After the chaff of it, after I've gotten the milk out, I just squeeze it, dry it, blend it again using my NutriBullet so that it forms better powder, sieve it, and that's it. And I know all of this sounds like a lot of work, but I promise you, once you start, this thing is easy. Oh my goodness, this thing is really, really easy. Then for oats, I just blend it with my NutriBullet. It's a dry blender, and I keep it in the fridge. When I'm baking, I use a combination of very fine flour, oats flour, and then the regular oats without blending it. Mix it all together. I promise you, it's so easy. So I give them that for lunch. When I used to give them hot lunches, same thing. Rice, beans, plantain, yam, potatoes. I wasn't trying to give them anything super special. I wasn't trying to give them anything packaged. I wasn't trying to give them anything fast and quick to cook. No. As the food looked in the farm is how I wanted to look in my kids' plates. That's what it was. Now for dinner, which is the tricky part, I like to keep it super, super light. Super light. Oh my goodness. Because think about it. Why do you want to feed anybody so heavy? Just let's even consider it. Think. We have breakfast and we give them cereal that's so empty. Then for dinner, you're now thinking, let me give them rice. Let me give them swallow. But they're going to sleep. They're not using that energy for anything. Why don't you flip it and give them the heavier meals in the morning? Not like so heavy that they're sleeping off, but solid, good food. And then at night, keep it simple. If you must give your cereal, I think night is a great time to give them cereal. Great, perfect time because it's empty, it's simple. By the time it breaks down, they're asleep. Hardly would you have a child wake up and be like, I'm hungry. No. They wake up in the morning, they're hungry, that's fine. But at least give them that light food to sleep. You could also do, in my home, we could also do fruits and nuts. Oh, did I even mention that we have nuts too in our bentos? Yes, I mentioned that. For dinner, you can give fruits and nuts. You can give a smoothie because those ones are light. They're nice, they're light, they're easy. So you see, let's start to bring a better thinking process, a more sophisticated thinking process to our feeding our children breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Think about it. What do the children need right now? Do they need to be fueled? Are they going to be away for a while? Do they need something heavy? Can it be light? Think about it. Don't just give them like cereal in the morning. And those are some of the conversations we're going to have at the Wellness Champions book launch. And I can't wait to see you there. So I hope that this has made you think a little bit about how you feed your kids. And of course, giving you inspiration for lunch boxes because we must enjoy lunchbox purity. I did a whole series on lunchbox purity, especially in terms of what the school allows them bring to school and how the school can really help us win this fight against the junk pandemic. I look forward to seeing you at the book launch. If you watch it before the book launch, or I'll see you in my next video if you're watching it after the book launch. Until then, I'm leaving you with a shalom, shalom of God, because the prayer of shalom contains all of the prayers. God bless you. Please, I'm recording something. No. Miss, please just put the food on fire. Don't come and talk to me. I'm recording something. Yeah. See. Shalom, shalom, that's right. Where she or he is going to be doing, is that correct English? She is, he is, yeah. King David, I'm recording something. I'm recording something. I'm recording something. So, what's there? Okay, just touch it so you can leave. Close, yes.